Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Thursday, August the 22nd. The year's 2019. Let's talk trading. Euro, AUD, day 14. And we're going to talk about some levels. How did I come up with talking about levels today? Well, I don't know if you got the email over the past couple of days, but there was this big event and there was this patent pending uh, system that we're going to share with you. Well, this is what's so funny. So I kind of watched it, and then it was just like, okay, it's just more of the hype. But then they sent more emails. Well, in one of the emails, they said, watch this video. And where the guy talks about, basically horizontal lines and, he called them support and resistance and how you can draw them on your chart. And that's really the only thing you need. And I just started cracking up because now here he's got this other patent pending system here, cracking the code. I mean, it was one of those marketing extravaganzas. I mean, it's just so funny and how people fall for it. So, you know, you just have to remember, really, all you need is a couple of horizontal lines when you trade. And there is one other thing you need, and that's your money and risk management. That has to be in place because if it's not in place, you can lose everything. Because remember, fellow traders, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. And as I just mentioned, forex trading is all trading. It's very risky. You can lose, all your money there. So seek your financial advice from an accredited financial professional. That way, when they lose your money, you know it was done by a pro. Okay, Euro AUD. Look at what happened again. Um, Earlier in the week, it had popped out of that previous week's lower wick zone. You see these horizontal lines here. Then it dipped back in the other day, and look where it is now. It's 39 pips above the lower wick zone here on the weekly. I mean, this is just such a simple little setup that you can use, and all you have to do is you say, well, how do I know it might go down or something? Hey, put your stop loss on. What's the worst thing that can happen? You lose whatever you say it's okay to lose. And for the year, we've got all green. There's the yearly open right there. You see price came pretty close to it, but now it's moved back up. And there's that yearly low. I've got a new chart I'm going to show you. Actually, it's an old indicator. I can't even remember how long ago I wrote it. And sometimes those copyright dates change because I update it and I just go in and change it. I don't leave the original one. I guess I should probably put them in there kind of like books, first printing, second printing. But you see here, this is the first day of the week. That's the open range there. And you see here we had the high for the first day of the year right there. And then we have the high of the first day of the month right here. So this week we dipped down in here and you see we backed up. We went slightly above the high, but it's basically been within that range of the first day of the week here. So you might want to say price is consolidating within a range. But we're above all the opening ranges for the first days of the month. And you can see here we dipped back into that range earlier today. We actually opened inside that range, but we busted out. You see here, and that's about 50 some pips movement to the upside. So once again, a very simple horizontal line trade. And speaking of simple horizontal line trades, yesterday we had an inside bar, and you see we broke above it. So let's see, 63.84, and we hit a 64.19 high. So that's 16.19, pips or so. So once again, a nice trade on the day. and the range only 80 pips. I say only because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over 100. And 2 of those are over 200, and 1 is actually over 300 pips for the day, the pound New Zealand dollar. And I'm going to show you something on those charts that you might want to, take a look at. Now, look at this. Here we go. Weekly highest open was put in here, but you see we crossed it once, twice today, but couldn't hold it. So if you short it here, and if you short it here, there was money to be made. So once again, simple horizontal line trade using that weekly highest open. Buy zone. The pivot point was inside the buy zone, so not much of a bias there, but we just take the buy zone trades as they present themselves. You see here, you got a trigger. Now, if you put your stop here, you got stopped out. And if you entered again, you were rewarded. Rat zone. I'm going to switch something up on the rat zone. I'm going to switch over to the H1 chart. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I want you to look at something. Okay, you can use your eyeballs here. We came up, we made a new high for the day right here. Or actually, let's start here. We made a new high, so I don't know if this was enough distance. Let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah. That was 57 pips, so we did have a rat zone. See this? This was the highest open. It would have been inside the rat zone. Made a new high, but see, right here at that highest open at the time. Actually, right here's the highest open. That's the close. So here's the highest open. Made a new high, but then reversed and started coming down. So that would have been a holo trade. Highest open trade. Highest open, lowest open. Then you see here, right here, we made a new highest open right there, and then it started coming down right on the edge of the rat zone. So you can see how you can use the rat zone, but remember, you just want to enter sometime somewhere inside here, and this is the last place you can get on the bus or get on board the ship right here. And so you see you can combine, if you see a holo happening, right there in that rat zone, you can take advantage. And let's just take a look at another pair. Here we go. Right here. Here we once again, highest open. This would have been in the rat zone. This would have been, and lowest open. You see here, you have a lowest open in the rat zone. Came out, another lowest open in the rat zone. So by using those, sometimes combining those methods and being able to visualize it, you'll be able to take advantage of these situations. Let's see, put that back to Euro AUD. Pivots, once again, we took out the pivot. We took out this pivot here from 4 days ago. So we only have 2 missed pivots this month. And we've got today plus 6 more trading days in the month. We'll see if we can take out some of these pivots. But it kind of looks like we're range bound. So it doesn't look like we're going to take those pivots out. But you never know. Anything can happen, right? Trading. That's what trading's all about. Now, I had a comment saying something, explain more about this price action. Well, there's a couple of different ways to trade it. If you see a 3 ball here at the top, then you look for red at the line. So here's red at the line. First red at the line. Here's a 2 ball at the bottom, so you look for green at the line. So this is, but you usually don't want to trade if you're a novice or newbie trader. You don't want to trade on the same pair or the same candle that makes the 1, 2, or 3 ball appear. You want to wait. So in this case, you see here 1 ball at the line. Now, next thing is we know that price, because of the average range of a 1 hour candle is bigger than 10 on this particular pair, we know if price opens between two lines, chances are it's not going to stay between those two lines. So you see this price opened here, didn't stay between, price opened here, didn't stay between, price opened here, didn't stay between these two lines, open here, didn't stay between, it opened here, didn't stay between, so on, so on, and so on. Price just doesn't do that. So on this pair, we've got the range, but as I mentioned before, the spread is 2 pips. So rather than look for 5 pips or more, when you get your 2 or 3 pips, be ready to exit. Take those 2 or 3 pips. If you do that 5 times, you've got 10, 15 pips in your pocket. And maybe you catch a runner, you catch it just right. Yeah, maybe you pick up 10 or more pips. But just remember, be careful, because price can snap back on you. And this would have been a point here. So here, you might have had to exit, scratch that trade, or lose a pip. Okay, in and out of the wick zone, across the horizontal lines that I like. I just want to move on. As you can see here on the tick level, we've dropped about 8 pips or so. Einstein line right here, a nice trade short. And just the frequency distribution of the range of D1 and H1, but I'm going to skip on, but you can go back, pause the video, and take a look. Here, we've got some, when the high is the same as a previous high, or the low is the same as a previous low, or a high is the same as a low, or low is same as a high, the dynamic support resistance, or actually I forgot what I called this indicator real quickly. It is the price action support resistance indicator. I just call it that because that's what everybody else calls these things. Here we're looking at how price drops through highs and lows. Where is that? Oh, here's the chart I wanted you to see. Now, this indicator is an oldie but goodie. The TRO, highest high, lowest low. Okay, and then I wrote this in 2009. That's how old it is. As you can see, I haven't updated it at all. Now, why would you want to look at this? Well, you see here, I'm looking at the monthly. So, we're going back, over a decade. But you can see here what price has been doing and where it is in the relation to those highs and lows. So, you can pick other pairs and you can get an idea. But let me show you something here, why I'm bringing this out. Look at the pound. Look what it's done recently. It's come near that all-time low that was established as far as the price data on MT4, and then it rebounded. So if you had had this knowledge, you might have started trading long. Now let's take a look at the pound New Zealand that rocketed up. You can see here it's not so close, but you can start to put things on the daily, weekly scale. And sometimes you have to scrunch the chart just to see where it is in that range. But that was in the current, but you can also use this it's gonna take a while to load up the M1 ticks here, and somehow I switched pairs. Let's go back to Euro AUD. I'm gonna pause. Okay, I just have a few seconds here. I was having some problems there, but anyway, you can see when these highs and lows were put in for all time and where price is in relation. So it's something, it's just an indicator you can use, and you guys know where to get that stuff, those indicators. So anyway, fellow traders, just remember levels. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And remember, if you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe and share this video on other forums. Thank you.